Manly Brandon. What up, fam? Manly Brandon here, and doing my daily walk around my job site to see if I can catch anyone outside smoking or misbehaving. And I figured I'd take you on a little journey of my usual 10 to 15,000 steps, and discuss some of the mistakes that I made while losing weight, and hopefully maybe get you guys to avoid them also. So one of the major things I did was I leaned too heavily into cardio. Now, cardio is great for weight loss. Like, it will tear down the weight very quickly. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're hitting that cardio, that includes the steps, and but I was also doing like an hour a night on the bike, high intensity interval training, all kinds of stuff. And see, the thing with that is you lose weight, but you don't only lose fat, you also lose muscle. Now, when I started my weight loss journey, I was a big guy, but I could also move a lot of weight. And when I hit my goal, that was no longer the case. I was pressing 300 pounds easily for reps when I first started, and then when I finally flipped the switch in my head and started doing more resistance training, I was well below 150. Like, I had lost so much muscle and strength from just doing cardio that I'm on the mend now. Like, yesterday I pressed 205, and it's been so long since I've been able to do that. So, and that's my first bit of advice. Incorporate resistance training. Make sure you are trying to maintain as much strength as possible as you lose the weight, because the goal is to lose body fat, not muscle. So try to maintain your muscle. It's going to slow you down a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with still hitting that cardio, but make sure that you're also hitting as much of the weights as possible. The second mistake I made is I went too far down into a calorie deficit, because I started to get like addicted to the results. Like, every day when I was losing a pound and a half, just watching it melt off for the first time in my life, I was like, oh my God, this is actually happening. Maybe I can make it happen faster. Cut a little more, cut a little more, cut a little more. You gotta eat. You gotta have something in your system. And if you don't have any protein, then you're not rebuilding muscle anyway. So make sure you eat 500 calories less than what your maintenance is at most. I know that they say that you can cheat more and do more, but just, you start to feel like crap. I was getting up and being real dizzy, lightheaded, because I was just not getting enough essential stuff in me to sustain my ability to just exist. So that's my next part of advice is definitely make sure you eat enough. It'll happen. Consistency is key. If you stick to it, it'll happen for you. So don't worry about that. You don't want to be skinny and unhealthy. Then what's the difference between being fat and unhealthy, you know? My other mistake is leaning too hard into exercises that I didn't like. If you don't like to do an exercise, you're not going to want to do it, and you're going to half-ass your way through it. Find stuff that you like to do. Do that. If you love to bench press, then bench press. If you hate it, don't do it. Nothing is absolutely essential. There are things that work better and worse, but they all work a little bit. Find something you like. I do push-ups like crazy now. I really started to enjoy doing push-ups. So I incorporated those in. I do about 250 a day, every day. I break them up throughout the day, 250, and then I feel like I'm good. The walking, I have to walk for my job anyway. I love walking. Take a little walk. It's cold out right now, but I'm still outside looking for these people who might be up to some shenanigans. But I do love doing it. Like, it doesn't bother me. You can listen to some music. You can watch videos on YouTube. Maybe watch this one like 9,000 times. Do whatever you got to do, but just make sure you are doing exercises you like. Like, you never want to wake up and dread it. Like, we're like, oh, I gotta do it today. And that's how it was getting for me for a little bit, because like, I love riding the bike, I guess. I used to really like it. I more love the results, but the actual action of doing the bike, I hated it. Like, I'll be out there and oh, how do I make this go faster in my head? What do I got to do to keep this going? And it became miserable, and you don't want to be miserable. This is a lifestyle change. Like, you can't hit your goal and then just stop. You will immediately gain everything back. You have to do something that you can do for the rest of your life. Diet and exercise. So find a diet that works for you and a range that works for you, and your exercises. When you hit your goal, ride out maintenance until the sun sets. One other mistake I made is during my maintenance block before I started re-dieting to try to get the six-pack was I was overdoing it on some days. Like, I was cheat day every day, and I gained about 10 pounds back, and that's scary because it could have easily gotten out of hand. I caught it, and I'm back now to where I was, but I'm doing it in a healthier way with more resistance training, and I think it's going to be more successful, and I'm going to get that six-pack before the end of the year, because that is the resolution this year, is to get the six-pack. So we're confident in that journey. So yeah, don't overdo cheat days. Don't even kind of give yourself any, nothing extreme. Like, I love Chinese food, and when I go to the buffet, they hate me showing up, even in my smaller form. So don't be a buffet wrecker, you know. Go there, be sensible. If you're at the Chinese buffet, eat as much vegetables and filling stuff as possible. None of it's good for you there. None of it. It's all cooked in oils and stuff like that. None of it's good. And you're going to be loaded with sodium, and you're going to be holding water, and you're going to be fatter than you were for the next few days. But eventually that'll go away, and you'll be back. So just eat the vegetables, and then eat some proteins on there, and just enjoy yourself, but not anything crazy. The other mistake that I made, and I just had this on the tip of my tongue, and now I can't even recall it. I think it's the water weight. Don't freak out about water weight. You're going to gain it. It's going to fluctuate. That's not your body weight. Like, I'm on creatine right now to try to build muscle, so I know I'm carrying about 5 pounds extra body weight, but it's water, and it makes the muscles look bigger, so it's good. But don't freak out about water weight. Sometimes you're going to eat more salt, not realize it, and it's going to cause your body weight to fluctuate upwards, and it's going to feel like crap, but it's 3,500 calories for 1 pound, and that's extra calories. So if you're burning 2,000, that means you have to eat 5,500 calories to gain a pound. So if you're eating and the next day your weight went up 5 pounds, I guarantee you didn't eat 17,000 calories above what you know, there's no way. So it's probably water weight. You're holding on to it. Another mistake is that don't weigh yourself after you eat. You'll just get into your head, because when you eat something, it's basically like you're stepping on a scale while holding that. So just for instance, say like you eat 16 ounces of vegetables, which is a pound of vegetables. You eat that vegetables. If you weigh yourself right after you eat it, you're going to weigh a pound more. That pound of weight, though, isn't part of you. Like, that's all going to get used up, and it'll go away in a few hours. So don't weigh yourself directly after you eat. Do it in the morning after you use the bathroom at your absolute lightest. Go to the bathroom, weigh yourself, feel good about yourself, and then use the average throughout the week to determine your actual weight, because it's going to fluctuate. And like I said, a little bit of salt, you know, I need a little extra seasoning on here. It can mess you up if you don't watch out, but don't let it get into your head. There's so much stuff that can just get into your head when you're losing weight. And I wish people had told me this while I was losing weight. I will make a more concise video about my weight loss plan and more mistakes I made, like when I have time to sit down and actually write it out. But that's just a little bit of advice and mistakes I made along the way that I can think of right now. And I'm still working on it. I'm getting more muscle definition, and my abs are almost visible. So I'm excited, first time in my life. I think we can do this, and I hope you guys enjoy the journey. All right, peace.